Hi everyone, travel addict guy here. I've got some breaking news about the crisis here in Spain. Spain is to open up to vaccinated tourists from June 7th, regardless of where they are from. Wow, that is a stunning announcement and great news. The Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez made the surprise announcement at the Fitur International Tourism Fair in Madrid this Friday. Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez has said that Spain will allow the entry of vaccinated tourists and their families from June the 7th, regardless of the place of origin. This will mean the return of US tourists to Spain. Wow, that is fantastic news for my family because they have been wanting to come to visit me as well. The tourism sector deserves some good news, said Sanchez, before also announcing as of Monday, Spain is expanding the number of countries on the list where restrictions have been lifted to allow travel to Spanish destinations. These are 10 important markets for tourism industry, such as the United Kingdom, although the British government still imposes a quarantine upon return from their stay. And that is quite unfortunate. China, Australia, Israel, Japan, Singapore, South Korea, New Zealand, Thailand, and Rwanda. As of Monday, they are travelers who will be able to visit Spain without restrictions or health requirements, said the Prime Minister. He added that travelers from countries that are still in orange or red, C19 zones, will also be able to enter Spain from June 7th with a negative PCR test or with a certificate of being vaccinated with a formula recognized by the European Medicine Agency, or EMA, or by the World Health Organization, which is the WHO. So fantastic news, guys. Spain is once again open, and you could see that recently as I just got back from a trip. I was in Cadiz, and every day there was more people coming in. We had a lot of domestic tourists at first, but we started to see some international travelers from France and from Germany, so that is a great sign. Beach preparations are underway on the Costa del Sol for a summer with fewer restrictions. Wow, count me in for this one. Rincón de la Victoria, Estepona, Baleares, Malaga, Marbella, and Fuengirola councils have applied for extra sand on those that suffered storm damage. All hopes for economic recovery are being focused on the forthcoming summer season, and town councils are rushing to get their beaches ready for the imminent arrival of visitors from elsewhere in Spain and abroad. Well, it is about a time. Everyone is hoping that things will be as close as possible to the way they were before the pandemic. The Junta de Andalusia was the first administration to indicate a return to normality back in April, when it decided not to contract anti-COVID monitors this year, on the basis that as people are now well aware of the rules, nobody is needed to enforce them. Wow, that is great, because last year they had people hanging around the beach trying to see if you had a mask on or not, and there was also police. I had reported on that last year in places like Malaga, passing out tickets like a candy if you came off the beach without a mask on. Even so, some councils such as Estepona have said they will be putting up signs as reminders. And in Rincón de la Victoria, Councillor Sergio Diaz said there will be monitors on the beach to inform people about the anti-C19 measures. All the councils are repeating the same extra hygiene and disinfecting precautions as last year, such as increased cleaning in the lavatories, showers, and access ramp. In Estepona, for example, sources at the town hall say the toilet modules will be open between midday and 8 p.m. and will be cleaned 4 times a day. Well, that is excellent hygiene there. Rincón de la Victoria has an app to control the number of people on its beaches, will analyze the sand and water quality regularly, and has contracted scum skimmer boats. Well, that is nice. Always nice to have a clean beach, and I'm all for that. Here's some interesting news about Malaga's own son. Antonio Banderas plays a leading role in Andalusia's new tourism campaign. Andalusia is updating its tourism image as it adapts to the challenges of the new C19 Times, a new 3.5 million euro promotion campaign was unveiled at the Fitur International Tourism Fair in Madrid. And Malaga actor Antonio Banderas spoke of the pride of being an ambassador of Andalusia. In a recorded message, Banderas referred to his unconditional support for tourism, which he recognized is so important for the region. He finished his speech by pointing out that the world needs joy. That is why visiting Andalusia now is a necessity. Well, that is beautiful words. Thank you for that, Antonio. The Vice President of the Junta and Ministry of Tourism, Juan Marin, explained that 12 companies submitted tenders for the new promotion campaign for the amount of 3.5 million euro. Andalusia is something unique, and that is how we want all people to feel it, he said. To demonstrate this, they wanted a campaign that would be creative and capable of facing challenges such as the C19. So that is beautiful, a campaign to bring back tourists, and wow, I think it is the right time for that. And we are seeing a lot of action here now in Spain, and the reopening is in full swing, guys. Let's go. Here is some new numbers about the cases. Spain's health ministry reports 5,733 virus cases and 33 deaths, the lowest figure since August of 2020. The cumulative incidence has fallen another 4 points to 139 infections per 100,000 inhabitants over the last 14 days. Although pressure on intensive care units remains high in some regions. This key data point has been falling for some time now as the country's vaccination program continues to move at high speed. In total, 3,631,661 official infections have been recorded since the pandemic arrived in Spain early last year, while there have been 79,601 deaths after a positive C19 test. Spain moved to a medium risk level on Tuesday of this week after the incidence fell below 150 cases per 100,000 inhabitants over 14 days. The only region that continues to be at an extreme risk level of above 250 is the Basque Country, that is the north of Spain. Quite interesting there, with the incidence rate of 252.24 per 100,000 inhabitants. The territories with the lowest incidence are Asturias, the Balearic and Canary Islands, Extremadura, Galicia, Murcia, and Valencia. They all have incidence below 29, taking them close to the target level of 25 announced late last year by the Spanish Prime Minister, Pedro Sanchez, for the health crisis to be considered under control. So some good news there. The cases are coming down, and that is one of the predictions that I made earlier this year. As the summer rolls in, we see less cases of virus, and that is what we had last year. So let's hope it continues. Let's see those vaccinations continue and the cases come down, and let's reopen. Here is a tragic story from Tenerife. It is very, very tragic, this story. Mother of missing Spanish children, I want to disappear too. I have no more strength. The maritime search continues in Tenerife, but Beatriz Zimmerman is despairing after 3 weeks without news of Anna and Olivia, who were taken by their father. Spanish police are still searching for Anna and Olivia, 2 little girls who went missing with their father on the night of April 27th in Tenerife, in the Canary Islands off West Africa. In phone conversations exchanged that evening, Tomas Jimeno told his ex-partner that she would never see the children again. Civil Guard units are searching the sea in the area where Jimeno's boat was found shortly after their disappearance. The vessel contained traces of his blood. Wow, that is shocking and terrible. On Wednesday, the boat was taken to dry land for a new inspection, said Civil Guard sources. The father's car, a white Audi A3, will also undergo a new search for any traces of biological matter that might shed light on the case. 2 trained dogs were used Tuesday during the 5th search of the family home. Investigators are now focusing their efforts mainly on the maritime search. The Civil Guard and the Spanish Oceanographic Institute are considering the best methods to comb the seabed southeast of Tenerife, largest of the Canary Islands. Their options include using sonar and an underwater robot. The children's mother, Beatrice Zimmerman, on Wednesday shared an open letter expressing her despair after more than 3 weeks without news of 1-year-old Anna and 6-year-old Olivia. Wow, this is just heartbreaking, guys. This story, I almost can't find the words anymore. I want to disappear too. I've no more strength. This is torture, she wrote. What hurts the most is thinking that I can't know how they are doing, not being able to talk to them, not knowing when I'm going to see them again. Wow, this is just tragic, guys. When they talk about family violence and things like that in Spain, I've talked about this before, this can be an issue. And here is a woman that's separated from her ex, and now her children are gone. Zimmerman also expressed a firm desire to keep searching. We can't give up. The girls need me and I need them, she wrote, urging people to keep sharing pictures of her children all over the world. I'm gonna try to include a picture of the children here. If anybody knows anything, please contact the Spanish police. But there has been no news of either one since their father took them away on April the 27th for what was meant to be a short visit, as the couple were separated and had come to an informal agreement on visitation right. According to the Civil Guard report filed by Zimmerman, at 9 p.m. she went to Jimeno's house to take the girls home, but nobody opened the door. When she phoned her ex, he said that he'd gone out to dinner with the kids and that he'd drive them home later. Shortly before 10 p.m., the mother phoned Jimeno again. This time, he told her that she would never see either him or the children again, but not to worry because he would take good care of them. Later that night, security cameras captured images of Jimeno loading bags on his boat, which was berthed at the local marina. He sailed away at 12:30 a.m. So this is the middle of the night, guys, and the empty vessel was found the next day off the east coast of the island. Traces of the father's blood were located on board, just chilling. On Thursday, a child safety car seat was found floating in the sea, and the Civil Guard has confirmed that it belongs to Anna, the youngest. Oh my, this does not sound good, guys. Wow, this is really terrible. If I'm gonna include those pictures of those children. If anyone knows anything, please contact the Spanish police. So that's the latest news from Spain, and in particular the Costa del Sol. Tourists will be allowed as of June 6th to enter Spain once again. So let's hope for a grand reopening and lots of action this summer. You know, I will bring it all to you. Travel addict guy here with the latest news from Spain. I hope you're all doing well. We'll see you in the next video, guys. Take care, everyone. Buenas noches.